Hey everybody, I just want to show you the top of my laptop. We got these stickers, my new laptop. Heart the 90s. I am so an 80s, 90s kid and unicorns. So, I just wanted to show you that. But I wanted to talk to you about paying bills. And I wanted to show you something, how we do it so that we are never in arrears. We always pay more than what our bill typically is. So our typical bill, it's saying fixed consumption. This is for the water for the city of Ottawa, $91. We're paying $200 because a couple of years ago we had a leak in our water consumption was quite high. So the highest it was, I think it was about 150. So we always paid 200. But as you can see now, we have that as a credit over $1,000. Even now with the bill, it says credit balance do not pay. But what we do is we always accrue a credit in all of our major bills throughout the year, so that in November and December we don't pay those bills, right? And when it accumulates to about $1,000, it's kind of like a savings account for us. We will ask the city of Ottawa, for this example, to write us a check for $1,000. And they will. It takes them a few weeks or so, and they've done it. So that's. I mentioned to my husband, I'm like, okay, we have this as a credit. We need to go and ask them for a check. He'll still be paying $200, or he might lower that amount and use that money for something else. But we always have a credit. So that's just one bill. And then here's another one, Enbridge. So that's our gas company. We're heated with natural gas. And these are our most recent bills. So August 28th. Okay, and here it talks about, so we have an old furnace. Our furnace came with the house. It looks like the builder's furnace. Our house was built in 88. We need to get a new furnace and new air conditioner. Our air conditioner is probably as old, or maybe 5 or 10 years younger. But it came with the house when we bought it. And we've been here 15 years now, going on 16 next month. So we need to get a new furnace, but we're waiting for it to kind of die before we pay for it. But what we've been doing is putting money aside, because we know it's going to die. And we know when it dies, we're not going to really have much choice to shop around. We have already contacted a few companies, and we know which furnace we want to get. So when the time comes, we will get it, unless there's some sort of crazy sale on. We might get it sooner before it dies. But if you look at the gas of how much, so of actual and previous. So we didn't spend much gas. We were away, so the only gas was there for to keep the house at the same temperature and that. So past 13 months. Last August it was $48.05 in usage. That is not, like, our bill is much bigger, but that's what our usage is. It doesn't count getting it to the house and all that stuff. Our most expensive months for gas, and that's for heating and stuff, because our furnace sucks. You can see, actually it's April, because April, usually March and April, we'll turn off the heat, but then it gets hot. It gets cold, so we have to turn it back on. So going from on and off, I think uses more gas than just keeping it on. And as you can see here, we don't tend to turn on the heat until, mid-November. And, we can get snow here by Halloween. So, and then you can see in May, it goes down. It might go up more because of the furnace being used with the air conditioning. But really our high months for the gas is December, February, and April last year. Well, this year, but because we actually had a warm March, and then we had a really damp and cold April. And so this is hydro. So this is electricity. Okay, so we weren't done with the gas. I wanted to show you. I covered up our address and stuff. But so the billing period from July to August, balance from previous bill, $190.74. $325 credit we have, because and then balance forward 134 credit, and the total amount due, because so the gas, the charges is $40, but then charges from other companies $77, which comes to, charge to us, delivery to you, transportation to Enbridge, federal carbon charge $2, gas supply charge $5, cost adjustment 80 cents. So that is, and then tax. So that is our, because we always pay 200, but we add an extra 125 bill because there was a discrepancy on the last bill or something like that. So I think my husband changed credit cards, so that's why there was a little bit. So we still have a credit, but not as much as what we usually have. Usually Enbridge and Hydro are the ones that are in credit about $400 by this time, so that November and December, but we still have a credit of $134. So that's basically 1 month's bill of what we pay. So we have that. And I'm gonna show now. This is Hydro, which is electric. And so this one there's some other charges because we have some things. I don't know. Let's see. So previous balance, $92 credit. We pay $235 each month. And here we get charged for when we use our Hydro. So we've changed all of our lights to LEDs, and I tend to use the Hydro, as you can see here. I do a lot of my Hydro off peak, so that's the cheapest time of Hydro. So that's after 6 o'clock, I believe, and before 6 o'clock in the morning. And then depending on if it's summer or winter time, one is mid peak and one's on peak. It changes. I think it changes again in October. And then the delivery to us is $65. Regulatory charges, whatever that is, $8. HST, and then provincial tax rebate. So we get some money back. So right now we have a credit of $70.32. So when we pay next month at $235, our Hydro should be about the same, and we'll have a credit of over $100. Because if you look at I like how they give us a reading of the past year or past 13 months. So last August, our charge was $45.89. Let's see, a total kilowatts per day, 6709. So yes, it was more. But then September was 61, and then October 48. So now we know, and it goes down. So see, we use less Hydro in the wintertime. Oh, Peter, get down. Peter's trying to check in what we're doing. But see, in December, we use $30 or 30 kilowatts of Hydro. So, because we use the Hydro as when we're home, and then we like the lights out during the day, and we have dim lights and LED lights, and we use stuff in the evening because my husband doesn't get home usually till 6 o'clock. So it's usually me during the day, and in the wintertime, we tend to actually use less. That's kind of odd that we use more during the day in the spring. Yeah, but not spring, in the summer. Oh, I know why. Because I have the kids home. There, that explains it. I was like, why are we using more? Because we have both kids home all day. So that's why, with both kids home all day, we're spending almost twice as much in Hydro. Because they have every light on, even an LED or every electronic device going, or like my stove and oven are electric, they're not gas. So I be cooking lots during the day versus just in the evening. So as you can see here, is there something on the other side? No, just that stuff. We have a $70 credit. So if we keep this up, next month we have another $70 credit, let's say, and say it's 150 or 120, let's say, and then the following month. So by the time Christmas comes, December, because we have a December birthday as well as Christmas, so it's a very expensive month. As well as there's a November birthdays, so and October birthdays. So like it's December is just an expensive month. And we have Thanksgiving in October, unlike you guys in the States. So if we can not have to pay 1, 2, or 3 bills during those months and use that money otherwise for the bills, for stuff, for birthdays, for Christmas, for, fancy meal, like, Thanksgiving is not a cheap meal. There's all the accompaniments and everything like that. So that is why we do it. It's kind of like, if it's out of our account, we don't see it, we don't care. And it's like a forced savings. We're not necessarily accruing interest on this money. It just goes onto the bill. And then also, God forbid something does happen, say to my husband, and he gets sick or injured. And it might take me a while, a couple of weeks or so, to figure out how to pay the bills or when the bills are due and stuff like that, because he handles all the bills, right? So at least if there's a credit on the account and I miss paying a bill, because he does it himself, he does it an automatic setup at a certain date versus when the bill's due. He makes his own equal payments. If I forget or like can't get access to the bills because, like, say he's incapacitated or something like that, we have credit to cover that. And God forbid he loses his job or anything, we have credit. So the hydro's not going to get cut off. The gas is not going to get cut off. The water payments, we have credit. All the things of our house is fine. All I would have to figure out is how to pay the mortgage. Internet, we have internet through Akanac, and we pay it on a yearly subscription, which basically we pay for 10 months of the year and get 2 months free or something like that, or pay for 11 months and get 1 month free. So my husband yearly, I think in March, pays a yearly subscription. So there's that as well. If you have any questions, put them down below and tell me how you manage your bills, and do you do something similar and make sure that there's a credit on your bills. This is how we're kind of trying to stay out of, accruing debt and stuff like that. So this works for us. It might not work for you. You might like to have more control of where exactly every cent goes, but we don't like that much detail. As you can tell, when we pay the bill, we're doing in like usually even cents, $200, $250. We're not doing $135. We're just upping it up to the 50 or 100 mark, because the extra few dollars, we want to make sure it just round it up. My husband just likes rounding things up, and that. So, and it causes so much less stress when we just paid bills on their due date, because each due date is completely different and does not match up to my husband's or mine when I was working paydays. So like the due date is the 26th for hydro. The due date of this one, so that's every couple months, the water bill period. When's the due date? Where's the due date? Oh. September 16th. So this one's the 16th, that one's the 26th, And Hydro, no, not Hydro, Enbridge is, when's the due date? The bill date. Bill date, August 20, no, that's bill date, August 28th. When is this due? This one doesn't say when the due date is, but it's all different days. So he just picks one day and he does them all on that certain day. So there we have it. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below how you do your bills.